Welcome to the 8th Annual Tri-State Megabucks Tournament of Champions. WNDS Sports and Tri-State Megabucks present Candlepin Stars and Strikes.
Oh, look at this. Look at this. He got it. Ready for a fair.
Candlepin Stars and Strikes is sponsored in part by Washington Toyota Dodge Nissan. Looks good.
Looks good. That's good to go. It's a
Candlepin Stars and Strikes is produced in conjunction with the New Hampshire Candlepin Bowling Association. And now your hosts, Doug Brown and Dan Murphy.
Hi, everyone, and welcome to Championship Week of the Tri-State Megabucks Tournament of Champions. This is what we've all been waiting for. All season long, we worked for this final week, and we've got two of the greatest Candlepin bowlers in the area going to compete head-to-head, 3 strings, and the winner take all. And talking about taking all, the winner gets a $1,500 check, the runner-up a $600 check, not too bad for a day's pay. We also have the bonus ball contest is up to $70. I'd like to give that away. We're going to give everything away today, hopefully anyways. Let's meet the bowlers for this match, and I'll catch you up on all the other matches in the tournament. First of all, let's take a look at Tim Lipke. He won last week 415 to 374 over Joe Ashline. He has an average of 133, high single 215, and a high triple of 515. Wow. Okay, and our number 1 seeded bowler for this year's Tournament of Champions is Bob Kelly. And Bob Kelly, the left-hander from Stoneham, Massachusetts, carrying an average of 123, high single 210, high triple 481, and as I mentioned, the highest seeded bowler in the 6 bowlers at 410. That was his qualifying score. So if we can top last week and the last couple weeks, I'll catch you up on how those scores, in case you missed some of those weeks, how those matches came out. But before that, we'll take a short break. We'll come back, and Tim will get us going. Week number 5 is Championship Week, Tournament of Champions. Don't go away. Okay, I promised to catch you up in case you've missed any of these weeks. The first week, Don Richmond defeated Dan Broder 417-363, and Don went on to defeat Rich Clark 403-375 before running into Tim Lipke and lost in a close match 384-383. Tim Lipke went on last week to defeat Joe Ashline 415-374, and that matches up with the number 3 seed and the number 1 seed for Championship Week. It's for all the marbles. $1,500 to the winner, $600 to the runner-up. Really isn't winner take all, but almost all. Right through the middles, Tim, spread eagle. Have a different start, 6 box for Tim. As I mentioned, and it was a surprise to me, this is Bob Kelly's first appearance in any of our Tournament of Champions. Spare in the second for Tim. It's Tim Lipke, this is his second. He appeared back in 1991, but for Bob Kelly, 1996 is his first one. That close to a spare. Bob Kelly's married, wife Mary Ann. He has a son, Cameron. He works for the U.S. Postal Service. 10 for Bob. Big strike by Bob Kelly. You see the replay of that strike. Tim Lipke now be working on a spare. Three, 6, 7 for Tim, trying to split the 3 and the 6. Very close to making that 2 in a row. Three and 5 for Tim. Ooh, off the wood. Whoa. Luckily, Bob is working on a strike. Punched out to 1, 8, and 9. Bob Kelly was a number 2 seed in his championship ladder. He defeated back in October of '95, defeated Phil Clough 401, 384, and then he had to go against Ron Simino. And I'll finish that story next time Bob comes up. 3 and 10. Bob uses the 3-pin off the wall, comes back for the spare. Oh, Timmy's getting set. That match against Ron Simino ended 4-10 apiece. We had to go into overtime. And Bob Kelly won 29-26 in the overtime frames. And that's how Bob really earned his way into the Tournament of Champions, by having to go overtime. That's a 9 fill for Tim Lipke, 52 through 4. Two in a row for Tim. Trying to convert the spread eagle. Leaves the 4-7. Nothing doing with that wood. 8 box, 74 through 6. See what happens on the spread eagle. Pushes the piece of wood into the 2-pin, but just didn't have enough to clear out the 407. Bob Kelly working on a spare. Getting back to the Bob Kelly match with the overtime victory over Ron Simino. Another spare for Bob. In that overtime, Bob threw a strike, a 9 fill, and then a 10 for 29. And Ron Simino got up and threw a spare with 7 and a 9 for 26. Oh, strike on spare. 3 in a row now for Bob Kelly. Gives him 81 through 6 plus the bonus ball. Here's a replay of that strike, just tripping the 4-pin. Tim Lipke on lane 32. 7-10. Timmy's trying to make up his mind which way to go with this piece of wood out in front of the 7-pin. I don't think that was one of his choices. And a 9 and 83 through 7. Championship week, a lot at stake here. Not only the bragging rights for this season, but a pretty good paycheck at $1,500. Just a 10-pin left for Tim for the spare. Not much of a doubt. These bowls are right on top of their game. Bob Kelly's got 4 marks already, 2 strikes and 2 spares in the first 6 frames, and he's working on the second strike right now. How about a double? That close, the 9-pin. The wood was deflected to the left. The ball went right up over the 9-pin. Gives him 9 fill on the strike. And the 10. One of our participating sponsors, Emmett Horgan, and all the great people at Rockingham Toyota Dodge Nissan. Route 97 in Salem. Come to Salem and save. Looking for a new Dodge, Nissan, Toyota, whatever. See Emmett Horgan and the crew at Rockingham Toyota Dodge Nissan in Salem. Nice spare conversion by Bob Kelly. Takes the wood, the ball carries through for the 4. Wood takes the 10-pin. Gives him 110 plus the bonus ball coming in the 8th. Tim Lipke 93 in the 8th plus his bonus ball on his spare. 5 and 8 pins left. Tim is married. Wife's name is Wendy. His 2 children, Shane and Shauna. And Timmy, as we all know by now, is the assistant manager of Londonderry Bowling Center, where he does most of his bowling. That's 2 in a row for Tim Lipke, spare on a 9th. 111. You probably heard it, not bad is right. He missed the head pin, but leaves himself just 3 pins, the 1, 2, and 10. And he's going to take a look at that piece of wood to the left there. It's another piece behind, but almost looks like that wood would sweep into the 1, 2, and then finally the 10. Let's see how Timmy plays it. Now he's going right after the head pin and slid by everything. Nine and 127 opening game in championship week for Tim Lipke. No, this is on a spare. Good break by Bob Kelly. 1, 5, and 10. 16-pin advantage right now for Bob Kelly. And a 10, and he is at 127 right now, so anything he gets in this last frame will be his lead. See what he's got, the 3, 7, and 10, and that wood just turned, and it's not a real good angle. That's going to throw that 3-pin right to the right sidewall. No, he's going to get it. He's going to get it. Bob directing traffic up there, said, go up, you forgot one. Go back and get the 7-pin for me. 137 and a ball coming. 3-pin does actually go down and get the 10-pin after the left side wall and then stays in play to take the 7. 137 plus this ball. And Bob puts 2 fingers up. He realized only 2. 139. So it's a 12-pin advantage for Bob Kelly after game number 1, championship week. Don't miss the conclusion. Come right back. Bob Kelly will open up the second game, leading by 12. Oh! Quick strike off the ball of Bob Kelly. Let's take another look at that one. Good shot from behind Bob Kelly. Ball turning back from left to right, right in the 1-2 pocket. He didn't stand a chance. Four and 7, a couple pieces of wood. I believe if he can catch the 4-pin though, he's going to get the spare. 2 in a row. Spare on strike. As the match progresses, I'll begin my rundown of people to thank for the production over the course of the season and over the course of many years here at Candlepin Stars and Strikes. First of all, I'll mention Dan LaRochelle for the computer work he does with us and supplying us the computer and keeping us in contact with the upgrades, and I'd like to thank him. Spare for Tim. Take a look at that replay, the 1, 2, and 9. The NHCBA people, Bob LaRochelle, the treasurer, Tanya Murphy working with me, the secretary, Ed Emerson, vice president, yours truly is the president. I'd like to thank Nick Muskelly and the entire staff here at Park Place Lanes for allowing us to do the tapings here. Such a nice facility. 7 drop on the spare for Tim. $10, $27. Bob Kelly working on a spare. Just catches the head pin. A lot of mixing action. Wants one of the corner pins to go. He'll be looking at the 7-10. Oh, great shot by Bob Kelly. Makes it 3 in a row, striking 2 spares. Plays it right off the cap of that front wood. The ball continues through for the 10 pin, and the wood takes the 7. Gives him 3 in a row, and He'll fill that spear right now. A little heavy this time. We get the break. Oh. It's a 7-pin drop. He's got the 3-pin, the 4, and the 7. Piece of wood next to the 3. Oh, he decides to take 2. 64 through 4. Another person I'd like to thank is Bob Perella, Paramount Industries, who supplies the bonus ball winners with new bowling balls, both the bowler and the home viewer. And he's been with us several years. We thank Bob Perella and all the staff at Paramount Industries in Medway, Massachusetts. Tim Lipke, 1, 2, 9, and 10. That close. .37. 23, now a 30-pin advantage for Bob Kelly. He's looking at the 7-pin. Piece of wood in front of it, but there's also one way out in front that he has to negotiate. The ball's going to fly. No, got by it. No problem. Spare up in the 4th. Quick check of the score. 47 of the ball for Tim Lipke. Bob Kelly leading by 29 halfway through the match. Stay tuned. Three, 4, 7. This time a wood tucked in behind the 3, which looks to me like if he shoots for that red line, he might throw that 3-pin right into the 4 and 7. Oh, here it comes. Oh, took a little twist from Bob. That little pirouette did it, I think, Bob. He thought he had it clean, which I thought. Never touched the 7-pin. Then a piece of wood came rolling across. Gives him a spare in the 5th. His 4th mark in 5 boxes in the 2nd game. That's 80 at the halfway point. Through 6. Now you see Tim Lipke would be working on a spare.
Come on, Tim. Come on, right here. We need a couple.
5 and 8, trying to make it 2 in a row and slowly climb back into this match. Oh, just catching it. Oh, boy. Let's see what happens. He cuts the 5-pin, goes by the 8, comes back off the wall. This gives him 65 plus this. One, 2, and 4, trying to make it 3 spares in a row for Tim. Oh, just sliding by, almost having the piece of wood come back. Tim Lipke is the record holder for high triple in any of the Tournament of Champions. That's including the first week through championship week. It's 467 against Peter Flynn back in '91. The highest in the championship match, which would be this week, would be 411 by Joe Ashline back in '94. almost rocked that 5-pin down. Trying to cut it across. Here it comes. 2, 3 times. I think if it passed one more time, it would have got it. Wow. To the right side wall, to the left side wall, back to the right. 10-pin still stands. Works it out for the 10, 98 through 7. Take a look at this pin. Back and forth. That's the way to play that shot on the inside. That way you get the full benefit of the head pin going back into the cluster of pins. The ball goes down and takes out the 6-10. Head pin does the damage on the other cluster of pins for the spare. Great shot. Great recovery by Bob Kelly. Timmy knocks that 5-pin out, and take my chances with this one, the 6-10. Piece of wood lying right smack in front of it. No problem for Tim. Lead is 19 pins. He can cut into that lead now, but he still has to contend with a mark that Bob Kelly's already put up in the 8th. Well, he's got the 6 and 9. So the good news is 8-pin drop on the spare. The bad news is he's got to negotiate 1 or 2 pieces of wood. He's debating whether or not that left piece has got a good angle of sweeping in behind the front piece and taking the 2 pins, but I think he has to play the left-hand tip of the right wood. That's what he's going after, and that's a great shot by Tim Lipke, matching the spare put up by Bob Kelly. The lead now just 11 pins. Here's the replay right on the cap. Wood comes off the wall, clears out the 9-pin. Bob Kelly working on a spare. Neither of them want to make a mistake now. Oh, the body English with Bob Kelly. He knew that was in the pocket. Leaving just the 4-pin. Sliding by. .127 through 9. .10 and 137 gives Bob the 2-string total of 276. Will it be enough to keep the lead? That's the thing. Timmy at 109 plus this ball. .123 through 9 for Tim. Right through the middle. Three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 10. the 10th for Tim Lipke. I don't think anybody here gave him much chance of making that shot. It's on the inside too, and somehow one of those pieces of wood stays in play, comes across for the 4-7. Gives him 133 and a ball. 141 and a two-string total of 268. So it's just an 8-pin advantage for Bob Kelly going into the final game, championship week on Tri-State Megabucks Tournament of Champions. Okay, here we go. Final game
Come on, Tim.
of the 96 version of the Tri-State Megabucks Tournament of Champions. And while I'm on the Tri-State Megabucks, certainly would like to thank them as a presenting sponsor again this year on the Tournament of Champions. They've been with us many, many years, and the people at Megabucks are to be applauded. Thank you, and hopefully your continued support throughout the years to come. Tri-State Megabucks Tournament of Champions, 8th edition. I'd also like to thank the camera operators, Steve Draws, Bob Dole, and Dave McCarthy. You guys do a great job. Sometimes it goes unnoticed.
Paid your dues, now you can do the marks.
Jonathan Wyoski, the character generator in the truck.
Come on.
Peter Havanetian in replay. Mike Tanzer, Larry Taylor, the engineers. Paul Hunter, chief engineer. Victor Cross, our director. Always does a great job. Last but certainly not least, Donna Cole, the managing director of WNDS. And I guess a big thank you goes out to all you viewers sitting at home and those who show up for the tapings. Believe me, it's you people ultimately that keeps us on the air. And we thank you for your continued support. Keep sending your letters and your comments in. We certainly appreciate them. And again, thank you so much for your loyal support over the years. 10-pin for Bob Kelly. Spare in the first. Remember, he's only leading by 8 pins. Make it 10 now because he's opposite that 8 frame by Tim Lipke. Two in a row for Bob Kelly.
Come on, Tim, right here. Come on, everybody.
6-10 for Tim. Couple pieces of wood, shouldn't be a problem for him. Right straight back, okay. Spare in the third.
Come on, Tim, on the way down.
Off target, but not a bad break. The 1, 2, and 10. It's a 7-pin drop on the spare. Gives him 35. He's got a piece of wood in between the 1 and the 2, as you can see, and that should help him throw the head pin down. Whoa, he needed some help on that 2-pin, and kind of turned around and took a double take on that. I don't think there was any problem at all. Watch the 2-pin. Kind of hops in the air, and it was going to stay there. Well, Bob Kelly back to work on lane 32, working on a double spare. Kicks out the 5 and then The 6-pin leaves just the 10. He's got some room to play with that wood to the left. And he's going to go right at it, and there's no doubt about that one. That's confidence for you. 3 in a row now, opening this 3rd and final game. Oh, gets a big kick on the 7 and 8. Leaves just the 10-pin again. Yeah, Bob trying to direct traffic. He wants all that wood out, away from the 10-pin. No, it's a roadblock all the way, and he knew it. So he'll go to the break with an open frame. Tim Lipke will be working on a spare. 63 for Bob, 45 and a ball for Tim Lipke. It's long ways from over. 6 frames remaining, championship week. Come back with us. Five on the fill. There's Tim 50. Two in a row. Hang on, boys and girls. This is a long ways from over. You see the wood helps with the 10-pin. Ball just continues through for the other 4 pins. Lead now 21. .68 now through 5 for Tim. Another one of our sponsors who've been with us year after year, Rockingham Toyota Dodge Nissan in Salem. Not to forget Emmett Horgan and all the fine people at Rockingham Toyota Dodge Nissan in Salem. And also the Willow Tree North restaurant right here at Park Place Lanes. Rodney King and the entire staff in there that fix those great lunches, but they do great breakfasts and dinners too. So stop by and see them. They've been with us several years also. And of course, it goes without saying, you know by now, that's where the crew eats. Great shot by Bob Kelly. Both bowlers making the spares down the stretch. 1, 3, and 7 here. Uses the ball and the wood to take out the 7-pin. Trying to fight off a charge by Tim Lipke, who has 4 marks in a row. Right in the pocket. See where that wood turns. He's got the 4 and the 5. Looks to me if he goes right at the 5-pin, just catches the wood, he's got the spare. Ooh, he caught a little too much of the cap, and it moved the piece of wood to the left sidewall and in front of the 4. Didn't miss that by much, but he's got no spare to show for it. That gives Tim a wide open shot of reducing this lead when he fills his mark. And it's 90. The lead back to 20, but Timmy can reduce that now with this fill. Or if he was to throw a strike, that lead is in half. A light hit. He's got the 7-10. Well, a lot of possibilities here. He's certainly going to have to use that pin closest to them. One on an angle. Whether he caps it or plays the red line, let's see. He's right on the cap. Got the 10, but not the 7. What the bowlers are going through, but my hands are kind of sweaty. I'm sure the bowlers are the same way. It's a close match. 12 pins now. Championship week. Difference of a $1,500 check and the title, and a $600 check and the runner-up spot. Four horsemen left plus the 9. He's waiting for that to settle down and looked like to thank Cindy Sissom doing the scoreboard for us each week. And Tanya Murphy sitting to my right. When we need someone to run the computer system, she's always available. And of course, Doug Brown, one who does a lot of work behind the scenes as well as behind the microphone. And of course, we did miss Doug through the Tournament of Champions. I hope he'll be back with us. And my hat is off to him too. I learned a lot from that guy, and it's been a great asset to Candlepin Stars and Strikes as well as the Skin Show. So Doug, thank you, wherever you are. I'm sure he's watching. 6 and 9. But not a good piece of wood out in front. Probably try to get by it. No, just drove it right straight back. That's why he's up there bowling and I'm back here. Looked a lot easier than I thought it was going to be. Now he's got a 13-pin advantage. He can increase that now with this fill, but only by 5 more. Whoops, just an 8. So the lead now is 16 pins with 2 frames remaining. So you would think that Timmy would need a couple marks. At least to force Bob to get 1 mark when he gets up there. And it's a big strike in the 9th. Testy little 4-pin there, but finally goes. Remember, he's trailing by 16. He must throw a decent mark and another one. And a decent fill and another mark. Well, it's lucky he's on a strike. That hurts. Hit the object pin, drove the head pin right straight back. Just a disappointing 4 on the strike. And a 6-box for 125 and a 3-string total of 393. Bob Kelly already at 389. So it's 5 pins in these 2 boxes. And that will do it. You're looking at your 1996 Tri-State Megabucks Tournament of Champion winner, and that's Bob Kelly from Stoneham, Massachusetts. Spare in the 9th. And he'll go over 400. It's at 399 now. And he'll finish with a couple spares. 140 and 416 plus this bonus ball. And there you have it, a 149. We'll do that correction in a 425, I believe, for Bob Kelly. So he's the champion of the 1996 version of the Tri-State Megabucks Tournament of Champions. We'll be back to talk to the bowlers. Don't go away. Okay, welcome back. The 1996 edition is in the books. Bob Kelly, 425. Tim Lipke, 393. Come on up, Tim. Wendy, Tim says to tell you this is only $200 check, but it's really $600. Sorry. You know better than to say that to me.
Yeah, I know. You like Wendy.
Well, in the ninth frame there, I thought you threw that strike. I says, he's still alive. He throws a double here, but
That's exactly what I needed. I knew going in I needed a strike in the ninth box. Threw that, luckily. The pin fell, and then had a little extra juice on the next one in the 10th box, and it just got away from me a little bit. But told you it was going to be over 400 to win this thing, and Bobby's quite a bowler in his own right.
you're absolutely right. Well, we're short on time. We'll talk to you next year when maybe you're back here and we're collecting the winner's check.
Thank you very much, Denny. Have a great summer.
Okay, Bob Kelly, one last shot this season at the bonus ball. $70, Bob. Oh, 6. There's 6s in here. There's 6s in here. Yeah, there is. Not this one, but there are 6s in there. Bruce Menard from Milford, New Hampshire, guessed 8. Bob, a little short on time here, but $1,500 richer. Great bowling from start to finish, Bob. You had it all the way, right?
Yeah, strike ball was avoiding me today, but Timmy was going to be tough.
You made some great spares and a couple others I thought you had. I think you did too, and you didn't make them. But a little bounce of the wood here or there, you never know.
Yeah, sometimes I missed a couple of head pins, got a couple of breaks, and they made up for it. So, yeah, it was great.
Well, this will give you a wide-eyed grin there. $1,500. Thanks, Bob. Great champion. Okay, let's hear it for Bob. Okay. On behalf of Doug Brown and myself and all the crew, thank all of you, the viewers at home, your loyal fans. Keep watching. We enjoy doing what we do, but we enjoy you people watching, and without you, we're nothing. So please stay tuned to us. We'll see you next season. On behalf of Doug Brown and the entire crew, I'm Dan Murphy. Thanks for watching.